Alright guys, we're on our way down to TNR Tackle. We're going down to see the documented multiple 30-pound snook after 30-pound snook after 30-pound snook caught by the snook legend George Copeland. Back at the old TNR Tackle, old crafts. You ready?
Millions.
Look at the girth on all these bad boys.
They're all 30-pounders.
Not all.
A lot of them. A lot of them.
Just the girth is like...
Well, there's those two there are 30 on 2 consecutive casts. And I'll tell you where that was. That was Snowy Ridge. Right where you live.
These are like Bibles.
It literally is. It's a funny way to put it.
But yeah, we put out, I don't know how many promos with you. And it seems like the more we put out, the higher people get on them.
Yeah, I was a little younger there.
Now look at this one. Look at the belly on this son of a bitch. And the mouth. And this one right here, this fish goes from George's shoulder to his ankle. For all you people that are into counting inches, how many inches is that? Irrelevant. 30 plus pound snook consecutives. Take a look at this one. Double fisted. This one. Nobody's Instagram does this.
No. Jeez, that's a nice one.
Hey, as wide as George.
Yeah, George.
Just book after book after book with photo after photo after photo of 30 pound, 40 pound, even up to 45 pound snooks.
You can tell it's a thorn in their ass because you did it the hard way.
Oh yeah, you learned everything. It's like even Jeff that works for me at TNR Tackle, and he's been with me for 27, 28 years. Actually, he's running the business. I don't run the business anymore, Jeff does. But was always like, you never take pictures of snook. You never post snook pictures. You never do anything to promote snook. And I go, well, Jeff, if I did, then where I wanted to fish, I couldn't fish where I wanted to fish because somebody'd be there.
Right.
And that's basically gotten that way today, is all the places that I used to fish. A lot of times I can't fish. There's a specific bridge that I do like to fish, and I went there last year and there was 4 people on the bridge, and I was like, oh, that's great. And I happened to drive back by just for some dumb reason just before it got light, and the guys left. And I was like, wow. Pulled over and caught 7 snook and 7 mullet, and didn't have any more mullet, and got back in the car and left.
How many days are you putting in now?
Working or fishing?
Fishing.
Usually I get up early in the morning, so usually I do fish quite a bit. I'll go take a look maybe for an hour. Sometimes I just throw a lure. Sometimes I try to catch a mullet. As Jeff and I were talking earlier, trying to catch a mullet in Broward County is a real good trick.
If you haven't listened to the Real Guy podcast,
depending on where you
we
catch
did
the
with
mullet,
George,
you might not want to put
you
your
have
hand
to,
in the
because
water
nobody
to even get the
in no
mullet,
place
because there's
has ever
so much
produced more
problem in
30-pound
our
snook
waterways.
than George Copeland.
The bacterial
Only
level
on the Real Guy
in our
podcast.
waterways makes us paranoid at this point about touching the water. I was telling you earlier, I take bacterial soap with me on my trips. And when I know the water is not looking right, or if I have a cut on my hand, or whatever it may be, is bacterial soap is part of my tackle now.
Yeah, and one of the places I used to always catch a few baits is Tarpon River. And Tarpon River, I've seen your post about the bacterial levels in Tarpon River.
Right.
And that was one of my go-to spots to catch some mullet.
Right. Right.
And then Hammershees Canal, and you know, a lot of times somebody go, well, why would you even say where you're catching mullet? Well, there is no mullet to speak of in Hammershees Canal because it's had so many sewage spills that you can't even count them.
Right.
And why you'd want to throw a cast net in there, put your hand in that water, even if you don't have any cuts, I'd be fearful of sticking my hand in there.
Right. Now when we spoke earlier, I don't know, I reached out to you maybe a year ago or so, and or longer than that because before COVID, and I wanted to do the interview with you, and of course time took its toll, and then it took a little while, but you actually turned around and reached out to me. And was that because of your concern for the water quality?
The water quality here in Broward County is so bad, and I follow anything Jeff puts on Facebook or puts up, and I'm very thankful that he's doing what he's doing, trying to promote this water problem that we have, because he's one of the activists that's trying to do something.
Right.
And if we don't have anybody trying, nothing's ever going to be done.
If you like this video, please check out our podcast, The Real Guy Podcast, wherever you listen to your podcasts.